Hi, this is Joni Ormsbee. And one of the things that I observe at the beginning of every semester that I teach calculus is how many students struggle. Not because calculus is too difficult, but because they're just a little rusty on some foundational math skills that calculus builds upon. And the good news is that these are skills that they can strengthen before classes begin. Let's take a look at one of those skills today. Yesterday, I posted my professor's readiness check. If you had a chance to see that, how did you try to factor this? If you didn't get a chance to see it, how would you factor it? So just take a minute to answer. So here's what the factorization is. It's x minus 2 times x minus 3. So if you got that correct, great job. That's exactly right. But here's something that I've learned about teaching college mathematics over the years is not every factoring problem in calculus is this straightforward. And let's try a little more challenging one. How about this one? 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. So could you recognize this one and factor it? Go ahead and give it a try. So a trinomial is going to factor into two binomials, and this one is 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1, which is actually 2x minus 1 squared. So that's a binomial that is squared, and this is called a perfect square trinomial. And it is a common trinomial or quadratic that you need to be able to recognize the factorization for. And it's not difficult. It doesn't require advanced mathematics, but it can be challenging because of pattern recognition. And pattern recognition is something that students use a lot in math. Really, math is just a lot of patterns. And pattern recognition is something that will fall into their ability to do well in calculus and especially in algebra. So they don't have to use a lot of mental energy then to learn calculus if they have these patterns down. So why does this matter? Again, if you caught my video last week, there are several foundational skills that build into calculus, and one of those is algebra. Calculus isn't replacing algebra, it's a building block to calculus. The algebra is. And the stronger your algebra foundation, the easier it becomes to learn the calc concepts. So patterns matter. And again, the patterns matter because as they know the patterns, the algebra becomes a little more automatic. And it's kind of like learning your multiplication tables when you're in elementary school. If you know those in middle school and high school, everything just becomes more automatic. And you can use the energy, your mental energy and focus to learning the new concept, in this case, calculus. Every semester, I have students that come to my office and say, I understand what you're teaching, but I'm stuck. And so we work through the problem together, and often it's not the calculus that's causing the difficulty, it's a prerequisite skill. Maybe like factoring. Maybe it was a perfect square trinomial, or maybe it was something like this that factored into two unique binomials. And so it could be functions or trig that we're going to look at in the upcoming videos. So that simply hasn't been a while since they have done these skills. So they're trying to learn calculus while remembering algebra because potentially it's been a couple years or last year, and that can be frustrating. And it's something that students can improve before the semester begins. The good news is you don't have to guess whether they're ready for calculus. I have a free calculus readiness assessment that they can take by downloading the assessment by scanning the QR code or going directly to mycalculusready.com. So I'll see you in the next professor's readiness check.